wallpapers that came in from Raspberry Creek. So many of you know I actually sell my wallpaper at Raspberry Creek. So the ones that you're gonna see here are actually, you can buy them there. But I have like, I don't know, 600 or so types of wallpapers there if you want to go check it out. We've been meaning to add more, but just haven't gotten around to it. These are all wallpapers we're going to be putting in the barn. And if you also want to see some of the ways I do wallpapers here on this YouTube channel, I also do, I have some videos called like Garden Hill, which is our rental property. And that is our lake house. And you'll see lots of different wallpapers that I use there, okay? So I thought I would pull this out. These are crazy heavy, you guys. And I'm gonna put it up close because what I love about wallpaper is the technology has changed. You know, back in the day, and I remember doing this, you would get wallpaper and you would have to get a solution to like a glue kind of solution on the back of that wallpaper, and then you would put it up on your wall. And then it was also a nightmare to take it off your wall. And thankfully we don't have all of that. There are all of these now like sticker wallpapers, which makes it very easy to pull it off the wall. That's so nice, you guys. It's really made my life so much easier. So this wallpaper in particular, what I love about it is Raspberry Creek offers a couple of different options. So this particular option has a woven feel to it, which I love so much. So I don't know if you guys can see it if you get really up close. I don't think you can see it. It's got like almost like a woven texture on it that gets printed in it, and the ink absorbs into it, which is really fantastic. And it just makes it so incredibly cool. It feels like fabric on your walls, which I love, and I love the feel of it, and I love the look of it. Smooth wallpaper, we've done smooth as well. It just doesn't have the same feel to me. So I love the woven versions the best, okay? Now, this particular wallpaper I built specifically for my barn because I've got kind of like a fairy tale cottage theme going on in my barn. And you guys can't see it. You can see I'm on my stairs because my entire house is filled with like everything for this barn. It's kind of insane. We have a stove. We have a, oh, here comes Thunder. He's gonna come down. Come on, Felissa, come on in. Come say hi on YouTube Live. Are you coming home for lunch?
No, I don't have a fifth period.
Oh, she doesn't have a fifth period. You wanna say hi on YouTube Live?
Yeah.
This is my senior. And Thunder, you gonna go follow her around? Looks like it. Okay, so, I don't know where I was at. Totally interrupted, but that's the thing about lives, right? So it has a woven texture that is really, really nice, and it just looks really pretty. Now, you can see that wallpaper usually comes in 2-foot rolls, and because of that, when you go to measure your space that you're gonna wallpaper, I really recommend starting with an accent wall so that you're not buying so much wallpaper. Now, for me, I had a good idea of how I was gonna do this. So the barn entire bottom floor, with the exception of the kitchen wall and the hallway, is in this wallpaper that I've got here. And I'm gonna open it up and try to pull it open so you can kind of look at it as well. The upstairs is in this navy paper, which I'm gonna show you in a second. And then here's Boo. This is Boo, our cat Boo. We have 2 cats. You'll never see the other one, but Boo, it looks like it's gonna come visit us. And then this is for an accent wall, okay? So let me just show you, I'm gonna pull open. These are really heavy because there's probably anywhere from 15 to 19 rolls of these so that we could cover everything. We don't have especially high ceilings downstairs, but upstairs we're gonna be wallpapering all the way across the top. And because of that, it meant that we really needed 12-foot long wallpaper to do both sides. So it's a little bit crazy because of that. Okay, so I want you to see it, and this is why I'm sitting next to this wall. I want you to see it on the wall because size makes a huge difference, okay? And I printed, you guys know, you saw, I printed some scale on this because it makes you understand how big something is gonna look. So I know you guys are at an angle here, and maybe here, I'll pull you guys this way so you can kind of see it better. But one of the things that is great here is you can kind of see the scale, and it looks rather small from far away, which I really wanted, but when you get up close, you can see all of the incredible details in it, which I really like. This is really the right scale. If I wanted something really, really big, we could have done it, but it's more of like this intricate, almost damask feeling, even though it's really not a damask. Here, let me just pull it up close so you guys can see it. So you can see all the animals, the fairy tale animals in it, and then the leaves, and then the details within it, which is a little bit harder to see on camera, but there are little lines through everything, which is awesome. Okay, so there you go. So that's the whole downstairs is going to be in that. I'm just gonna, before it unrolls, because there's so many rolls here going. It is really so incredibly easy to use, which is really fun. The reason it's easy to use is because it's just one big sticker. I don't know how long it will last because of that, you know, that sticker quality. But my feeling is I've been seeing all these Instagram posts about how to personalize your home. And the reason is because we've kind of done a bad job, got thunder behind me, we've done a bad job of really, especially in America, because we keep watching all of these shows where like interior designers are showing you exactly how to do your home. And so then you copy it. So then everybody has like a white home or a gray home, and everybody's got the same furniture. And, you know, I love wallpaper because, especially now, because back in the day you had to be really committed. Now you don't. Like if you don't like it after 6 months, you can take it down. It's not that big of a deal. And that's why I really want to encourage you to do things to personalize your home, make it special for you. Okay, so I'm going to show you this one. This one is crazy. It's a navy background, has a really, really colorful set of images and flowers. Just gonna like pull it open like this so you guys can see it. So it looks pretty small here. When it's built in my possibility journals or anything like that, it's actually super duper tiny. So that's why I really love this in a much bigger scale, but it won't seem that big once it's on the wall, because you can kind of see it here. It seems very small, doesn't it? Which is really cool. But when you get up close, you get all the details, and you, for me, like, especially with this barn, because my house is the next thing we'll do, and I'm sure I will show you all the cool things we're doing on the house, but like what I really wanted to do was theme it out, you know, really give you that like luxe feel underneath, and that's done with color, you guys. So like when you keep everything bland, it actually like takes away from that really intense luxe feel that you're trying to do. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys an up close of this as well, but I really love this. I think this is really fun. You can kind of see all of the different pieces in it. I actually have right here, and I'm gonna turn the camera so you guys can kind of see it. But like these are boxes for the pink sofa beds that we purchased for this. I thank you, Christine. I'm also really excited to see this all hung up. So one of the things that my house is full of at the moment is we have, there is like a navy and light blue theme throughout this fairy tale thing, but you will see that I made choices about color that I normally wouldn't for my house. For example, pink trundle beds, a big crazy cherry tree, lots and lots of like those flowers hung that I showed you guys. I finished those, by the way. But I still feel like it's probably not going to be enough. So I think what you'll see is my initial decoration, and then what else? Like what else do we need to add to this to make it feel really cool? I'm really excited because I'm thinking I will show you guys. I'm planning on doing an installation that's behind me that's all watercolors or paints. I haven't quite decided yet what it's going to be. Totally inspired by an anthropology display that I saw that I thought was phenomenal. And I think I'm going to do that behind my desk. So it's not just wallpaper behind that, which is going to be pretty cool. Okay, I am going to show you this. This is going to be our crafting wallpaper. Now, sometimes it's got to, you know, in a small space, you've got to make sure you're using it for all the different things and be really, really smart about it, because it's really actually a very small space. I remember Brenna came to my house too. She's one of our stars, and she's working on she's in our elite program, which we just discontinued. leave because we've moved to a month-to-month program, and she's at the university working on her master's degree. And she came over with Silhouette to do a live. And it was very, very fascinating because she was like, oh my gosh, I thought your office was way bigger than it is. And it's just not. It's a tiny office, but I use every piece of it very well. That's what I'm trying to maximize in this barn. Like really, really be smart about every piece and using it very well. So the craft area where we're gonna tape craft videos will also have a huge TV in it that we will be able to move. And that will be used for design analysis. So I really hope on this channel that one of the things I'd like to do, there's like a couple of segments we're excited about. A kitchen segment, like a crafting in the kitchen segment that you'll see. A dishing the tea segment that will be in its own space. Of course, anything where I'm just teaching at my desk. And then upstairs, we'll be doing the podcast, maybe some dishing the tea and like talking and showing things. But then the craft area will be for any crafts that I'm making, which is really fun. And it will also be for any design reviews. Okay, now what do I mean by design reviews? So on YouTube this week, on Sunday, we always have like, you know, not me going live, but more polished video. On that video, I have started doing like reviews where I show you guys places I've been and I start breaking down the design work. You guys are gonna see a lot more of those because I think as designers, one of the things that we really run into is not understanding design well. You know, like we don't like dig into why does this design work and why does this design not work. And so you're gonna see me doing that a lot, and I'm hoping I actually get to do it on the lives as well, which will be pretty fun, okay? All right, I'm gonna unscroll this one. This one's crazy colors, but you'll notice like the best stuff, honestly, is when you get a little bit crazy. So it's this ochre color, has two of my favorite colors in it, which is pink and yellow together. I always call that my lemonade colors. Sometimes I also like to use orange. I call those my citrus colors, where it's pink, yellow, and orange. And I really love those colors together, and I don't use them enough together. I think they're lovely. So in this case, we have the pink and we have the yellow together. So we have like what I call the lemonade colors, a little bit of navy blue to kind of ground it, and then white to kind of flush and neutralize everything out. But you can kind of see this is actually a really big print, you guys. But on the wall, once again, when you're working in big spaces, when you have that wall set up, you really have to scale up to make it work. This is an extremely tiny print when I sent it in for fabric review, and it's a tiny print when I sent it in for our book review. Like, so when I do like my possibility journal, this one is a very, very tiny print. But you can see here, it's actually quite big, especially like compared to my face. Like those flowers are humongous. One of the things I think about scaling your surface pattern design, you guys need to be really careful. Those of you who are getting into surface pattern design, I find that most people do not teach it correctly. What they do is they're just teaching you Illustrator, right? We, in our surface pattern design certificate at the University of Arts and Design, which by the way is at www.uad.education, our spring 2 semester begins next Monday. So we have students enrolled for that. So if you're interested in that, it's not too late. You can get in on spring 2, or you can come in summer, which starts in May. Okay. So what I find in our, especially we have a surface pattern certificate, the reason a certificate is far, far stronger than what you'll see out there in the marketplace where you just take a surface pattern class is you tend to be just learning Illustrator. In our surface pattern class, first of all, like you don't just take that one class for the certificate, you have 4 classes. So you have a business class, you have an Illustrator, you have at least 2 Illustrator classes, I believe. You have business classes, and then the surface pattern class. And the surface pattern class, if you talk to a University of Arts and Education or Arts and Design student, they will tell you it is a tough class. And it's a tough class for good reason, because I want to teach my designers to have good portfolios that actually work. So that means that you have to know how to build a fabric collection, not just like a single fabric, but a fabric that goes all the way through, like a fabric that actually, like, you have a master, a secondary, blenders, like all the things that should go, and then colorways work together. This is really hard, and getting it right is really hard. And most of the time I will say masters are usually not masters. They're like tertiaries. They're not strong enough as master. So there's that. The second piece is we do wallpaper in that class. Why? Because scale is different. And if you don't get scale right, then you're not going to get wallpaper right. Third is we do scrapbooking. Why? Not because of scrapbooking itself, but because understanding the size and scale for scrapbooking is very different than it is for fabric and wallpaper. Generally, anything we're doing for journals, planners is more at that scrapbooking side. So we call it like the paper stuff that you need to do. Paper stuff has a totally different scale. And by the way, you guys, the colors really do matter because sometimes colors don't translate well in a tiny scale, but they do in a large scale. And that, that takes some time to really figure out. And that's why we offer a certificate in surface pattern design in particular. So it's only a 5-class certificate. It'll make you really cognizant of the things that you should be doing to get things done. So that's at the University of Arts and Design. We currently only are taking 23 states: Utah, California. I dare not do the rest of them off the top of my head, but if you're interested in that, go to uad.education, go see our list of current states that we are either licensed or exempt in, that you can come join our program. Masters of Arts or a Masters of Fine Arts or one of our certificates, and we have 4 certificates that you can get. When I started the university, I was really confused about certificates because I had been seeing that all these programs were offering them. I was like, what is this? And so if you don't know what this is, let me give you a quick rundown because I think it's one of those things that like people don't really understand. So a certificate is basically university coursework, like if you're doing it from a university, right? University coursework you still get graded on. The only difference is, and the only reason you don't get a bachelor's degree or an associate's degree is because you haven't done all the things to do that. Instead, it's a more concentrated area. And this is why it's such a cool thing. So, if I do a bachelor's degree, I have to take biology and English and math, right? If you are just doing this one specific thing, a certificate works much better because, I'm not going to use biology in my surface pattern design certificate, right? And so there's this movement right now towards certificates, and that's why we made that choice as a university. We weren't going to do general eds. Instead, we were going to do the thing we were really, really good at, and that is design right now. You will see us go into other programs in the future, but right now we're very concentrated on design. And what that really said to me was, if we can do design really, really well, then why in the world would we give people general ed classes when we could really concentrate and give them a certificate that does the same thing, but they're really, really good at that particular thing? So that's why we decided to go with an undergraduate certificate. It's still credit hours. It's still credit hours. Like, there's still all the work of a regular degree. It's just called a certificate, which is kind of cool. Okay. All right, I hope you liked this wallpaper. I do not have a timeline for you guys. Remember I said March 1st everything was gonna get done? Yeah, that hasn't happened. The barn, you guys saw, I showed you guys a few days ago, the barn is white, so it has been painted. I'm waiting for baseboard and crown to get put in, and then I will begin wallpapering and getting that in. Then flooring hopefully will go in next. And then from there, we'll be putting in the kitchen, and we'll be putting in the bathroom. So the bathroom needs to be fully done. Everything is sitting in my house. Like, everything is sitting in my house. So my hope is that we're done for the Sweet Life of a Designer Summit, which is April 16th through 18th. The reason is because Sarah and Asia will be at my house, and we're hoping to do some fun things with cooking and baking directly in that kitchen, so we can show everybody all the cool things that we're making and doing. And I'm really excited, even though I had no idea we were going to go live every day, and that would be part of what we were trying in 2025, because I'm always like, try anything. I think it's been really cool to be able to show you guys the process. And so if you're interested in this, make sure you're showing up at 11:30 every day, Mountain Standard Time, 1:30 Eastern Time. I'm still going live. I'm just showing you what's going on in my life. I hope you are enjoying all of this madness. And I can't wait to help like let you guys see kind of the finishing of the barn. We are still continually doing a more what we call polished video every Sunday at 6 a.m. I believe it's released, so that you guys can watch and see design around the world and all the other things that we have going on. My final thing I want to make sure and tell you guys is today, if you are in Marketing for Creatives membership, we have a meeting today. It's March 14th. We have a 1 p.m. meeting. I'm very, very excited to talk to you guys. Today in MCM, we are going to be talking about the kinds of emails that you should be sending to your customers. We already did one that was just literally like getting customers, how to get them on your email list. This month, we're really going to focus on building those emails and what they should look like. And so I've got a few strategies for you guys on that. If you're interested in MCM, that is our Marketing for Creatives membership, we recommend you go to designsuitecourses.com/get more customers. There's a free workshop in there with you for you to learn a little bit about marketing for creatives, and it will take you to the MCM membership. So go check that out. We would love for you to be a part of marketing and seeing what we're doing, because I show lots of examples in our company, so you can kind of get that curtain slid back and a sneak peek at what's working and why we're able to move as far as we are in marketing, making sales, getting customers. I think that as creatives, we kind of shy away from that. We want to just work on the product. My goal is to help you guys become great marketers and move on from there. Last thing, sorry. We said we thought we were going to do the Creative Entrepreneur Mastermind in June. We will not be holding a session then. We will only hold it in January. With everything we have going on in the university, and Design Suite has had like a huge like a bump, like so many people coming into Design Suite, which by the way, just come to a design boot camp and you'll see why. Like we've got things set up in a way that's really clean and really easy to kind of get started. If you want to come to Design Bootcamp, that's designsuitecourses.com/design bootcamp. Because of just how crazy the schedule is, we have decided that Creative Entrepreneur Mastermind, which our first group is ending here in March, will be starting again next January. So keep your eyes out for that. We'll probably do a very tight launch on that. It's a really amazingly fun program. So you guys, happy Friday. I hope you all get to go do whatever you want on this Friday. I am going to be taking this wallpaper out to the barn. We have MCM meeting and just kind of gearing up for our next week of classes next week. Everybody have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye.